Fledgling. 1. There is a star in the sky. It bleeds itself over and over and over, from day to night to day to night, from system to system, from galaxy to galaxy, until it reaches an end, or it never does. This is our star. It goes by many names and stories, but it is all the same star. To say my star is not your star is like saying my Earth is not your Earth. In this case, you are simply wrong. But we differ now. You stop at the sun, or worse, the Earth, while I want to see the edge of the galaxy, and still the universe. Or I never will. 2. While you give names and consciousness to these things, I see them as they are, though it is not the most comforting, distant, logical, silent. How are we born? This we know. How did we become the way we are? This, while very complicated, we know. How did we come to be on this planet? This we know. Where did God come from? This we know. While you may not be able to admit, that being which you attribute so much is not at all a being, but a multitude of circumstances and coincidences. While the specifics of these are not complete, and may never be, we can surmise that we may reach a point of acceptance, a point which we can agree that something is the most plausible. Of course, these notions, like many before, may be debunked centuries or days after they are agreed upon. 3. What are these thoughts? What do they mean? Why do I feel the need to think them? Why do I recount them? Are these questions answerable? 4. I hate to admit to my captors that they have inspired me, but great inspiration comes from great adversity. I write in the hopes that the words get out to those who need them most. Not the true believer. They are virtually undeconvertible. I write to those who see the sun and think of what is beyond it, not what the sun is thinking. I write to those who see the atrocities of the world and cannot attribute them to anyone but man. This is not for the powerful, but those who have a power they are unaware of. The power of question. There is no greater force of change, in society, of course. This is for those I have left behind and will leave behind, not by their fault, but by my failure. Those who see a leader and ask why. Those who see corruption and ask why. Those who see propaganda and ask why. Those who see conservatives and ask why. Those who see liberals and ask why. Those who see anything and ask why. It is to these people I write for. To these people I live for. With these people I surround myself. To these people I trust the future. 5. Where does this leave me? In the dust, in the air, nowhere? This places me as a captive and a thinker. People are unstoppable thought factories. Only under certain circumstances does thought need to be forced. One of those is hypnosis, which all of us are under in one fashion or another, whether we realize it or not. Another is concrete organization. Once the rules are set in stone, one does not need to think of morality, since it is written. Once the rituals are set, one needs not do anything save follow those patterns. 6. Sometimes I wonder, are there any true feelings in life? Are we led by them, or by some higher function that causes us to do the sensible thing? Mostly, we seem to be led by both, attempting one while falling into the other. Mostly, I have to ask myself, is what I feel truly what I feel, or is it what I want to feel? And is what I want truly what I want, or is it a phantom of someone's influence on me, or my own influence on myself? I cannot say what others think, but I can say that a common thought amongst my quieter hours often is, do I truly feel, or am I deceiving myself? I do not know if this is based on opinion or observation. Sometimes it seems that most cannot make this distinction. But it would seem to me that humans are masters of deception. We can make ourselves believe anything if we put our mind to it, even if it is contrary to our own thoughts. I know this from experience. 7. So you, yes you, You reading these words and forming them into cognitive ideas may wonder if anything I think is genuine, or that I may disagree, but am writing them for some ulterior motive. Well, there is no way I can prove to you that these words are sincere. You've already made that decision for yourself. Then why do I mention this, you ask? I mention it so that you see that you have made that decision. The question you must ask yourself is that decision mutable? If it is not, then you may stop here. As I said, this is not for you. But if you allow yourself to have a little faith that these words are sincere, then you may have something to gain from my rantings. Yes, they are rantings, hence the sincerity. 8. Let's pause a moment and catch our breath. With that, bid you adieu.